it's Ashley. It's been a while since I've had a live stream, and that is because last time I did it, I had a really poor connection, and I got frustrated. So, we're going to try again. And I would tell you what I'm making, but I don't actually have proof, but I'm just going to do it. So I'm making a triangle zipper pouch. I've never made one before, so it's kind of a fun little adventure that we're going on together, but hopefully it works out. They're very popular, and I got a ton of zippers, so yeah, we are just going to pick one that will go with my fabric, and I'm using this unicorn fabric and some chevron, and I can see the chat, so if you guys want to say hi. So it doesn't really matter what color I am going to use. Okay, so this is going to be like a tutorial, also live stream. So if you want to make this with me, if you're watching the replay, my large pieces of fabric are 11 by 5.5. I'm doing a lining and then an outer fabric, and then I'm using some fusible fleece, and then I have 2 pieces. I would normally just do one large piece, but this is going to be binding, so it's a piece that is 2.5 inches wide by at least 6 or 7 inches. And then, where's my other piece? Uh-oh. Where did you go? See, this is completely live. I lost it. There's another unicorn piece that is somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Well, this is something like that. It is 1.5 inches by 6 inches, let's just say. I don't know where we're at. So I'm just going to iron my fusible fleece down. This is sort of a structured bag, so you want to have, want it to have a little bit of structure so it doesn't collapse. And fusible fleece is just sort of a material that's like fleece that has glue on the back. Okay, so I'm gonna iron that. I got my iron already nice and hot. And when you're doing your projects, if you're using the fusible fleece or interfacing, whether it's medium or heavyweight or whatever you have, I like to cut it a little bit smaller so it doesn't bunch up in my seams. So that's why my piece is about 1/2 inch smaller on all of the sides. Okay, so you can do both sides of this if you want to make sure that it's very secured. All right. I do need to find that piece though. Where on earth did it go? Hello, where did you go? Oh wait, no, is that it? I got a lot of these little tiny pieces. These ones are already sewn. They're straps is what I'm making. This is what I usually use to make like my pen loops for my traveler's notebook wallets. So you just take your fabric and then you lay it flat. You iron in the raw edges till they meet the center, and then you fold again so that all of your raw edges are hidden, and then you just sew down the one side and then sew down the other, and then it looks like a strap. So I'm going to use that for this. Okay, so we're going to be working with zippers. If you've never worked with zippers before, they're not that scary, I swear. I was very intimidated by zippers for a very long time. I didn't want to touch them because I was just too afraid. I have some of those little complexes, like I've never made a buttonhole, or I've never sewn on a button either. I pretty much have only ever used a zipper foot. I've never ventured out to any other type of foot. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to lay my main body of the bag fabric down. I'm going to take my zipper with the zipper pull down, and I'm going to lay that on top, lining up one of the edges. Because my fabric has a directional print, I want the top of the bag to be up here, so I'm going to put my zipper up at the top, and then I will take my lining and then place that on top of that, and then I will get my clips if I can find them. And you want to make sure that your fabric is lined up perfectly at the top and bottom. Like that. Put a clip in. Another one. Okay. So I don't know how much of the sewing machine you'll be able to see. Hopefully you can get the idea. I'm going to change my foot to my zipper foot. And with the zipper foot, there's 2 slots when you attach it to your machine. So depending on which side you like to sew on, you might have to move your foot. But I'm going to be sewing up against the zipper, so I'll be sewing on this side. And I like to get my zippers like a lot bigger than my projects, just because I'm really afraid of hitting the poles. So if I get it longer than my projects, then they'll be out of the way completely. And if you use the nylon zippers, you'll be able to cut them with scissors very easily, and you can easily sew over them. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. I like to do a smaller stitch length when I'm doing zippers to make sure they're nice and in there. And then I'm butting my zipper foot right up against the teeth. You can feel the teeth underneath. And then I'll just go all the way down. And I usually end up taking the pins out or my clips out just to readjust every so often. Okay. Where did my new scissors go? I got some new ones. They're American Crafts. I got them from HomeSense. I really love these American Craft scissors. Like, I don't know where to get them, but because the HomeSense, you know, it's kind of like Marshall's. I don't know where to get them before that, basically. But I have the gold ones also, and I've also seen them in rose gold, and I was so tempted to get them, but I didn't, and I'm regretting it. Okay, so now I'm flipping my fabric and to expose this, and then I will do it again. I'll do a top stitch, and usually I do my top stitches about a 3 stitch length, just because it makes it look decorative. And I'm going to move my foot over, and then I'll just do it right up against the teeth. If the fabric isn't close to the teeth, you can take your, oh my goodness, my cat's here. You can take your fabric and you can push it towards it, and that just hides all the zipper tape, and I don't really like to look at that stuff, so that's why I do that. Because the zipper tape's only there for you to sew on. It's not very pretty. Hello, kitty. please don't. The kitty likes to sometimes stick her paw under. One of these days, it's gonna be bad. I try to watch her so that doesn't happen. Okay, so now we have that done. Now we're gonna put this side on this side. So we are kind of going to flip. So let's put it down. We're gonna flip it like that. And we are going to line up the fabric again. So like I said, I've never made one before, so hopefully this is going okay. Hopefully I don't fail miserably in front of you guys. Alright, I'm going to put it back in my machine. Uh-oh. I meant to move this over. Kitty, what are you doing? Stop looking at my presser foot. Okay. Just playing with one of my hair ties. Oh my goodness, she is so crazy. Crazy kitty. And my clips. Okay. Moving it back down to a 2 stitch length. Don't look, kitty. Don't do it. I was holding her paw. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's right. It looks wrong, but... So now I'm going to open the bag. Open the zipper. And then I'm going to flip it, I think. I hope. Yeah, that's right. She's trying. She's a very curious kitty. She's still a kitten, but she's 17-pound Maine Coon. Okay, so now I flipped it, and then I'm going to do that top stitch on here. It's a little bit weird just because this is attached, but you're just going to have to kind of work around that. And I'm going to move my press foot again. I feel like I always like to sew on this side, so I always have to move it. I think. I don't know. Okay, so like I said before, I will push the fabric towards my zipper teeth. I bring it up to a 3 stitch length. Hopefully that worked. Oh wow, look at me go. Sometimes I completely don't even get the lining, but this time I did. Okay. Alright. So this is almost done. Okay, so now that you have that, you are going to, what are you going to do? Turn it inside out. Oh my gosh, my cat just jumped. Whew. This kitty. Okay, so now that it's inside out, I'm just going to clip this threads. So if you want to have a good strap on it, like let's say you wanted it to like go around your wrist, do need to mention that these are kind of like coin purses, but a lot of moms use them for pacifiers because they're shaped like a triangle, which kind of fits perfectly with pacifiers. So you can either take these little straps, cut them down really short, and then put a, what are they called? A split ring. It's like the keychain rings. so that you can like attach it to anything you want. Or you can have it like super long and then you can put it through your wrist. So it's completely up to you what you want to do. From here, we're going to fold the bag in half evenly. And the bottom is, this is the top. The top is going to be the top of my fabric. So making sure that I see heads of my horses and not tails or feet. I just snipped the corner there just so that I can see that when I go to, because I'm going to squish it down onto my zipper. And then that is where I will put my little loop. But first, I think I'm going to do the base first, which the base is really easy because you're just going to do it flat. So you're going to have that on one side. Like I said, I've never made one before, so to bear with me. Okay, so I'm just going to put some clips in it just to hold it down. With this project, you know, you will have the raw edges, but that's why we have the binding that will come later. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to my regular zipper, or sorry, my regular foot. And I'll just sew down probably like 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to bring my stitch length to about a 2, make sure it's nice and secured. And then you make sure your zipper is bent in half, and then go over it a couple times just to make sure. If your needles are nice and sharp, then you won't have a problem going through that zipper, and then you're just going to snip it off. So I'll snip off all of my threads. Look at me talking like I know what I'm doing. I have no idea. Okay. So from here, you're going to unzip that. Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll unzip it first, and then we are going to, again, flatten the bag. So it's kind of weird now because now it's actually wanting to start to form the triangle. You're lining the zipper up together and then also lining it up with that little snip we made earlier. Like that. And then you're going to take your little strap and make it your desired length. You're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to tuck it into the bag with the loop on the inside. So make sure you don't do it like that. Make sure you put it in. So put it on top of your little cut there that you made, and then put your zippers right on top of it. Make sure that your zipper stoppers are lining up, and that's how you know that you got it in a good place. And if you want to chop that off, which it might get in the way, so I'm just going to do that. And then yeah, okay, I'm doing it right. I'm like, wait a minute, am I doing it right? Okay, so, and then, yeah, you're just going to flatten it out, and then you're going to do it again right there. All right, I hope you're still with me. Hopefully you guys will want to try this, and then you can rewatch this video and do it with me, especially since it's real time, so you can progress as I do. All right, so again, 1/4 inch seam allowance. There we go. So you had to have your zipper open, because if not, then this is going to be really difficult, because then you can't get in your bag. So let's give it a test run and make sure it's all working good. Ooh, Sophie. Wait. Yep, no, okay. I thought I did the fabrics upside down for a second. Okay. Wait, no! Yeah, about that. I didn't do it right. No, it's not a good job. I wanted the pointy part on the top. And also look, oh my goodness. See? Real stuff right here. I don't like how big it is, I'm not gonna lie. I would maybe make the dimensions smaller if you're making it into a, what do you call it? A pacifier holder. Okay. I'm gonna cut this off and do it again. And then I'm gonna get my, oh, that's really gonna, no, well, see, I told you. I could have left it, like if you were doing, if your fabric wasn't directional like mine, then I mean it's totally okay to, like, you would have done it perfectly, doing exactly what I'm doing, but because I have directional fabric, that kind of bugs me a lot. Come on. But this isn't a hard thing to stitch rip, so I don't mind taking it apart. I didn't get very far. Okay. So I did cut off the stopper earlier, so I can't move my zipper, because if I do, then I will totally pop it right off the zip. So let us just do this quick. And then I will do that little thing again. I'm going to snip the corner. And get all my stitches up. Okay, there. Get my little thingy. Put it in. Sorry, I'm going to dip it up a bit more. Put it there. Line it up like that. Come on. There we go. Okay. Clip it in place. Okay. Let's try again. Make sure your lining isn't gonna, yeah, okay. Isn't, or your fabric is all together. All right, there you go. I got a ton of little ones, little threads. Good thing I did a test run, because if I didn't, then I probably wouldn't have known. I accidentally missed some. Okay. Now I will right. Now I'll do a test run. And hopefully it will actually be good this time. Hopefully. If not, I give up. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Like that. Oh my god, that's so cute. How cute is that? Like, seriously. Maybe I would have another one up here. You kind of need the one down here because when you go to close it, you need like something to hold on to. But yeah. So for the future Ashley, next time make 2 loops. How cute is that? Okay. That is adorable. My daughter's going to steal it again. She steals every single little... She takes my zipper pouches and then she puts them in other zipper pouches. Like, she's like, I got all my Shopkins in this one and I got all my LOL dolls in this one. And then she puts, like, she organizes everything in their own zipper pouch and then puts it in a bigger zipper pouch. Like, it's so cute. Maybe I'm teaching her how to be organized. Thanks. I'm obsessed with this fabric. It's from Joann's. I need to get more. I've been selling a lot on my Etsy shop with it, so I think other people like it too. But I think I'm going to go over the border tomorrow. If you don't know, I'm from Canada. So I am very fortunate to live near the border, and I can go over there anytime and get what all the lucky Americans get to have. Because we don't got anything good here. I don't even know that if that was a good sentence. We have fabric land, which is garbage. Okay. So now I'm going to take this fabric, and this is my lining fabric. It's going to be my bias tape. I've just taken a 2.5 inch piece only because I don't know what other size to make it. Fold it in half, and then I'm going to take the raw edge and line it up with the raw edge of my bag. I'm going to let it overhang about 1/2 inch. I have a lot of excess, but that's okay. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm just going to sew 1/4 inch seam allowance. This seam's going to be hidden anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And this is all to hide the raw edges. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oops, sorry. Okay. And then, because we have a little bit hanging over the edge, when we go to fold it over, see, that's why we have the folded edge. When we fold it over, then we're going to have a nice clean edge there. And then we'll just do another seam. And then hopefully the seam will go to the other side in the same spot. And it'll just look like a nice finished edge. But with that overhang, you're just going to fold it in and then you will fold down your tape. And then it'll have a nice finished edge there. And I'll just clip that so it stays put. So yeah, I'm going to go over to Joann's tomorrow, and I am going to be making a quilt for my daughter. I made my son one when he was born. Just a crib size one. Very simple, just like basically charm squares. But this time I'm making her one for her whole entire bed. It's very, very ambitious of me. I will show you what I got. It is absolutely beautiful. It's Riley Blake, and I totally spent a lot of money on it because I'm crazy. It's Princess Dreams is what it's called if you want to look it up. So cute. I can't find a finished quilt online with it, so I know it's going to be beautiful, but I would love to see someone who's made something out of it. But it's got unicorns and princesses and little frogs with hats, or the crowns on, and castles. And I asked her, I said I wanted to make her quilt, and I said I need to get some fabric, and she's like, can it have unicorns and princesses on it? And I was like, what? Yeah, that's too perfect. Because I literally ordered it the day before, so it was funny that she said that. Okay, so now it's all good to go. We're just going to do our seam. Make sure, because you have that seam underneath, make sure it's like kind of hiding it. Alright, it's a little bit bulky here, but that's okay. Oh my god, I'm falling off. How did I go on the other side? Not bad. Could be straighter, but beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, that's easy enough. And now I'll just do the other side. And I'm going to close my zipper a little bit so I don't catch it. My old machine was not very good. And it would basically just plow through anything. So if there was a zipper pull or a pin in the wrong place, if it hit it, the needle was shattering in your face. And I tell you that this machine, worth its weight in gold, because as soon as it feels any resistance, it just stops. So I appreciate that, because I was ready to wear like goggles, safety goggles, especially if I was doing something that had a little bit of weight to it. It was scary. All right. Oh, don't you love that when you get just random threads stuck in your seams? Okay. So, do the same thing on the other side. I know this is really hard to see. Hopefully I explained it. We're tucking in the sides and then folding it down. And it makes the edge very nice and clean. Okay. And then take off your clip and then just Throw it underneath quick so it doesn't move. Alright, good. Ah! Too thick. Kind of slipped off the fabric. That was weird. I don't know if I bent my needle. Good times. All right. So if it doesn't look beautiful, and this is just for you, you won't see this. It'll be in the inside. I won't tell anyone. Hopefully you won't tell anyone what the inside of mine looks like. I can't open my zipper. Come on. Okay. So many threads. Alright. So I'll have the measurements at my blog after this video goes up, probably tomorrow or something like that. It was the 11 by 5.5, but I don't know, it's kind of big for me. If you're making it specifically for pacifiers, it might be good, like this one might be good for like 2 or 3. But if you wanted just like 1, then I would probably make it smaller. Alright. So that fusible interfacing keeps it like a triangle. How cute is this? Alright, well, I'm gonna go because I don't know what else to talk about. So, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook if you haven't already. I love to post the pictures, especially on my Instagram. And I would love to see if you make any of my stuff. Look at my hands are acting weird. So yeah. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.